G'day punters, welcome to All In, our show where we steer you into some winners this week. And I'm lucky enough to be joined by Dean Watling from the Barrier Attendant and Lewis Willoughby from Sky Racing. Dino, how are you, mate?
Good, Gannon. Good, Gannon. How you travelling, mate?
Mate, very well. How was Chrissy? Were you in a good paddock over the Christmas period, mate?
Yes, very nice paddock. I've been put into pre-training nice and early this year, so now it's good time off, mate. So ready to rip back into some nice horses returning.
That boy and punters will be excited. We've got Lewis Willoughby joining us. Louis, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. I don't know about the excitement, but I'm here nonetheless with you, Gannon, and Dino, my old podcasting buddy. We're back together once again, mate, trying to steer the punters into some winners like we used to do.
Outstanding. And Louis, mate, just quietly, you are a Sky Racing presenter, but you are showing your hand at race calling, mate. It's obviously not a career path that you naturally did, but not all heroes wear capes, mate.
No, there's no pressure to Flindell or Matt Hill or anyone for that. Not even Cole Hodges is under pressure for my calling, mate. So,
outstanding.
Just you stand up and do a job when you need to. If something goes wrong, technical glitch or whatever, but leave me out of doing that for a coin.
I tried to start the rumour, mate, that you were paying the technician. Is that what are we thinking there?
Yeah, I heard that one. There's no truth in that. But don't believe anything that Michael Gannon says, especially when he's trying to tip your winners. They're the ones you steer clear of.
They're actually called lays. Anyway, moving on. Thanks for the wrap. Cracking episode ahead, guys. We have Dino's got a giveaway for you, so we'll get to that at the end of the show. As we mentioned, always we go over it. If you can chime in with some comments, respectfully chime in, that'll be amazing. Your energy and effort only feeds us on and gets us here every Monday night to give you some more winners. We've got Black Bookers coming up from the boys. We have tips for Tuesday, Wednesday and Saturday. So let's get into it. First of all, we're going to look at the Magic Millions 2-year-old race, and I believe we have what you'd call a morale. Dino.
Yeah, Coolangatta 2-year-old Magic Millions, to be short and sweet. I think very impressive last start. She's probably the pick of the 2-year-olds thus far, clearly out in front. I think last start we probably expected to win by probably a couple more lengths, but she withstood a stack of pressure early. They went sub 6.2 lengths faster than the average to the 600, and she was still able to kick away for a 2-length win. I think it's always important, especially with these 2-year-olds, they can handle that pressure up on speed. I think that's the ideal 2-year-old type. I think she'll bounce out of that run, and I think she'll win easily. So very keen on Coolangatta, like most.
Yeah, I can't steer away from her either. I mean, the Barrier, we're recording this on a Monday night. The Barrier draws come out tomorrow. Obviously, with 2-year-old races in big fields, barriers can be all important, but she'd have to draw inside 1 or outside, what are we down to? 20 to maybe get a price that's over. I think say a few bookies offering up 220-ish, a few $1.80 still odds on. She'd have to be inside or outside to get 250, 60 plus. As you said, Dino, there's nothing that else has come out and stood out that would be able to beat it. Look, morale, don't like the M word, but really, really and truly, who's going to beat it?
Yeah, mate. Exactly. Look, a question for you, lads. So a Barrier 1, potentially, you think you might get a better price. Not a great barrier, probably not what you want to be drawing. Anything else? Bit of rain about? Anything else that can stop it?
I don't think so. I think the barrier doesn't matter. You got that to counterweight. If she does get a bad barrier, J Mac aboard, and I think. Yep. Ridden with cover, 3 wide line, 4 line right, 4 wide line. I think that's the ideal position. There's going to be a lot of speed anyway, so if she can get cover and close enough, I think she'll just go bang, and the rest is history.
There we go. We'll move on because there's not much else to say about that. We head to the Magic Millions 3-year-olds. Now, I know you boys are keen on a couple here. I'll read out a couple that are in the market. We've got Jamea, $6, King of Sparta, $6. I Am Lethal, $5.50. Turn it up. And me, Legrad at $12. Those odds obviously are courtesy of Tab. Dino.
Yeah, I'm very keen on 2 here. The 3rd top in the market, Jamea and King of Sparta. Jamea comes through the typical 3-year-old path up until the Golden Rose, where she went that way instead of then going the normal way of the flight stakes. But she was probably the pick of mine from the fillies in the spring, and she's had 2 super trials leading into this. The Robert and Luke Price stable are flying at the minute, and her figure's going off the autumn, off the spring. Sorry, I think she's got this field pretty much covered. I think the main danger, and the other one I definitely want to play, is King of Sparty's. Will spun a little bit at Gosford in the Guineas first up behind Smart Godolphin horse. He's got 4 lines behind Home Affairs back in the spring. That's A1 form, and Palele and a few others there. I think they're 2 pick here. And like you said, Gannon, in the preview there, I don't know how I Am Lethal's even close to those horses. Yes, he's been winning well, but I think it's a big step up here, and there's a few lengths to make up. So I'm very keen to play the top 2 in the market around that $5.50 and $6 price. I think we can definitely get the winner as long as they sit close enough. I think that's the only danger. They're back markers, tight turning Gold Coast track. But keen to play them. Louis, who have you found?
Yeah, man, I can't argue with you at all. Jamea and King of Sparta, I mean, they're up the top of the market for a reason. I just thought I'd chuck one in there at odds. Mimi Lagarde, Toby and Trent Edmonds, Robbie Fradd, 54.5 kilos, coming off 2 good wins. The last one was off a bit of a break between runs at Eagle Farm in that listed event. Won nicely, close to 2 lengths. It was big odds, and it's been, good odds in both its wins so far. So the market not necessarily taking a sit with it, but just 2 from 2. If it draws a barrier, I think, $12, $13, you could be doing worse than that.
Love it, boys. Love it. Not much more to add. Pretty happy just to chime in with your tips there. Back all 3, we'll make a profit. And head to the Magic Million snippets. I know Dino's got one for us there.
Yeah, Gano, a nice mare, comes through a couple of good races in the spring behind a horse caught on Trivier. I think she's probably a top line mare at the minute for mine, even though she didn't win the Invitational. I think she should have, with a little bit kind of running transit. Absolutely gun fresh mare, 4 from 5, and then loves the dry track, 6 from 10, if my memory serves me correct, or 6 from 9 on a dry track. And my favourite thing about this mare is tactical speed. If she draws a good gate, she can sit handy, or if she draws a bad gate, she can fly home over the top. So she's very versatile. Around that $8 price, I think that's a bit large for her first up. So very keen to play her, Gannon, in the snippets. All right,
$15 earlier on when you sent it to us, mate. It's bit of Louis just chimed in. He's opened up. He's on the big pay packet. He's opened up pre-show.
Yeah, the bowlers have done it for me. The bowlers that I've got running around all the tabs, they got onto it for me, and we've crunched it in. Nice and well.
Love it, mate. Love it. Don't let anyone know in the office. And it down at Flemington, Group 3 Standish. Louis, you've had a bit of a look there. What do you got for us, mate?
Yeah, I was just taking a look at the noms. Obviously, Marabi's the talk of the town down in Melbourne at the moment. Just going absolutely great guns up to group level for the first time for this Group 3. She's unbeaten. She finally got a hot tempo last time out on Boxing Day and still won. That was the biggest test. The first 2 wins had been on slow tempos and she was just too quick for them. Finally got the good tempo and still won. Beat a Way Game who flew home, and that's pretty good form. So group level first time. She's going to be the obvious watch when the markets go up. And the other one I saw non was Turath, who has been given a bit of time off, and she became one of my favourite horses going back to the late spring and became a punter's pal. It was an ATM almost, just kept winning. So keen to see if she does accept and see how they go first up, because a horse that really gets up on the speed and sets a cracking tempo again, and maybe that could be Marabi's downfall. I don't know. Just saw it there and thought maybe not a bad bet if you got a price.
Love it, mate. Well, obviously there's a lot of things to play out here. We're talking double figures. It's a bet. Yeah,
I think so. Maybe even high singles. I think Marabi will go up quite short. You look at its SP profile, it's $1.20, $20, $30. Like, they're not going to give you a price there, even though it's a Group 3. So, yeah, anything you think that might be a bit generous, Charath, if it accepts, $8, $9, maybe even up to double figures, I think you'd surely have a nibble at that.
Love it, love it. All right, so punters, here we go. Get your pens ready. So we're going to chime into horses to follow now. Dino sent me a A3 piece of paper with 475 horses on it. We've narrowed it down to 9. So come back to me with 4, Dino, and we'll give the punters the other 5 in our YouTube comments. So if you want the other 5, jump into the YouTube comments. Dino will add his comments there. Get around it. Give him a big thank you. And Dino, give us your 4 horses to follow, mate.
You've narrowed me down to 4, but they're 4 good ones, Gano. So we'll go Hawks 2-year-old colt out of the Rosehill set of trials. Puros for the Spierendorf colours. Very nice. Closed off down the outside. Nice stride. Nice action. Tommy Berry aboard. I think it's a very nice 2-year-old. Another one out of the Rosehill trials for the Peter and Paul Snowden camp, who get these horses firing as 2-year-olds. Medal City. I'll spec this in the slipper. It's 101 into 21s. It's a beautiful colt. Big stride, big action. Looks a brute of a thing. I think he'll handle the pressure of these 2-year-old races, and looks like he'll furnish into a really nice 2-year-old. He's probably my pick of them so far, the 2-year-olds unraced. Then we move to the Gosford set of trials, 2 here, 2 race, and 2 with 2 new stables. Golf of Tamini, now with the Nathan Doyle stable, probably the most underrated first up trainer. Anthony Cummins flew down the outside. You don't really see that at Gosford in the trials. They're normally up on pace. Another one out of that set now for the Matt Dunn stable, comes from the Martin Eustace stable. Charged to the line under advice like grip. Was doing best work late. I think new change of stable, new state actually. All those 4 can be winning first up. So they're the pick, Gannon, and the rest will be in the comments like you mentioned.
Love it, mate. And Louis, you've got one for us to follow down in Melbourne.
Yeah, just thought Vespertine, who won the last on Saturday just gone, was a really good return to form, return to racing and return to form. Good win, fresh. It's a proven fresh horse, so wasn't completely unexpected, but just thought the style that won him was really good, and is a proven second up winner as well. So the next time it bobs up, you'd definitely be getting on it if they give you a price. I think they'll go to a harder race. I think it's time to aim up a bit with Vespertine. It's been in group races before, Group 2s. Kind of been middle of the pack, but off that fresh run, you think you'd be able to aiming up here for sure.
So Vespertine's second up. Love it, mate. And I've come up with Nudge. I think the 1200 at Doomben was a little bit too short. Was very, very good late. Maybe going around this weekend in the fillies and mares. Obviously, the Gold Coast probably track doesn't suit it, but hopefully there'll be plenty of speed on. A lot of money, a lot of prize money up for grabs there. It'll be flying home. It's due a win. It's a good horse. Doesn't win very often, but if you can get double figures, bet up there.
We move on to what's happening later on this week. We're going to get our midweek best bets here, few for Tuesday, few for Wednesday. And we're going to start with you, Dino, our resident tipster. Steer us into a few coming up in the next few days.
Yeah, we head to Wednesday, Warwick Farm, last of the day, race 7. Offshore, first up here, flying at the trials, 2 solid trials under advice, grip hold, charge to the line. I think this horse is getting to its peak now in Australia. Had a couple of preps. I think it's getting better and better and come back super this prep. I think 1200's a touch short, but Reece Jones is flying at the minute, rode 3 on the weekend. Metro level gets a nice claim. So I think Offshore will win around that $5 price, I think, on tab I saw. So keen to back that Wednesday. What about you, Louis? What do you got for us?
Beautiful. I'll go a day earlier at Tuesday, tomorrow at Kilmore. Race 1, number 3, Kit and Caboodle. It's a big price. It's going to be in that double figure mark. It was really unlucky at Kyneton last time out. 4th up here, drawn a soft barrier. I couldn't believe the odds that was put up, so I'm keen to back it each way. Kilmore, race 1, 3. And in the same day, like race 6, 4, in due time for Laura Lafferty taking over the ride here from Hannah Edgley, who is an apprentice but gave it an absolute perfect steer last time out. It was a strong win at Wangaratta. Second up here, I think it goes back to back. Then we move to Wednesday quickly, racing at Caulfield on Wednesday. Race 3, number 1, First Division, I think is a big winning chance. And race 6, number 2, Gentleman Roy. So Caulfield Wednesday, race 3, 1, and race 6, 2, both winners, hopefully, fingers crossed. Gano, what do you got for us?
Love that, boys. Tuesday, we head to Albury tomorrow. Got a hare and a horse going around. Albury, race 6, number 14, well in sight. There's a good one lining up against it from Donna Scott Yard, but don't worry about that. This thing's got a little bit of ability, so we're here, and a decent price. 2-horse race looks likely. Take the $5 worth of bet there. And Wednesday, I've filled Dino's shoes here and just gone looking at a trial. 3 trials, in fact. Warwick Farm, race 2, number 1, Benin. I'm interested to see what Dino thinks of this. He might laugh me off the stage here, but $4.60. He's had 3 trials. They've all been great this time in. 1,400 metres on debut looks perfect. Most importantly for the stable, Josh Parr's booked to ride. So that's just a plug-in bet there. And it looks a good type and probably win a few more races. Dino, did you catch his trials or do you have any opinions on it?
I haven't caught this trial, which is probably not a good sign for you, Gannon, if it's not in the black book. But in saying that, Mark Newnham, Josh Parr, barrier 2. I don't think you get much better combo on a Wednesday in a maiden race. And it doesn't look like a deep maiden race for mine too. So good luck, Gannon. That's all I'll say.
Thank you, mate. I feel like there's another case of beer on offer here. Mate, we'll cover that later. But you got a couple of hats you want to give away this week, Dino?
Yeah, so jump on the tweet. Gannon will be flicking this out. Retweet. I've got a couple of the Barry Attendant caps to give away, a couple of freshies. So we'll definitely put up a photo. Go in the draw to win a couple of the Barry Attendant caps. Make sure you give a like, a share, retweet, and a couple of comments. Get engaged with the conversation. Helps us out and go in the chance to win a Barry Attendant cap. Gannon?
Absolutely. Yeah, boys, thanks so much for your time. It's awesome. Those of you who have watched the show, thank you so much. As we say each and every time we do this show, your feedback and your comments are our oxygen. So if you can keep giving us the feedback, we'll keep showing up. Hopefully the boys will keep steering you into some winners and we'll have a bit of fun along the way. Dean Watling, thank you so much. Lewis Willoughby, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Until next week. See you, boys.